You need to be careful for the type of people that you think are the closest to you, but they have the mentality when they see that you live the life that they've always wanted to have, seeing you having the resources that they have always wanted to have, seeing you have the power, have the bravery that they've always wanted to have, and they despise you for that. They despise you for having that life that they've always wanted to have. And it is more dangerous if they are actually the one that are closest to you, but you are unaware of that. Instead of using that trigger to grow, they use it just to despise you. Consciously or unconsciously, they hate you, they despise you for the fact that you have the things that they don't have, for the life that they don't have, for the capabilities, for the skill that they don't have. It's like a crab in a bucket mentality where they don't want to see you succeed, so they pull you down. They see you improving, and their first response and their first reflect and their first instinct is to pull you down because they want to keep you in the same space, in the same place as them. And you, thinking that they are the closest ones to you, you are unaware that they are holding you down. You need to be aware of those kinds of people in your life. But ask yourself, are you that kind of person? Are you the type of person that we are talking about right now? Because let me tell you the things that I discover about myself. I think looking back, I always believe that the universe, God, always lead me to have relationship with people that a mirror of me. I think I have always been provided this cheat sheet of, okay, you said that you want to improve. This is the type of person that is exactly who you are right now. You are being in a relationship with this person. They are literally you. The things that you like about them are the things that you like about yourself. The things that you hate about them are the things that you hate about yourself. I think all of my past relationships are a mirror of who I really was, and the things that I can improve are the things that I actually want to confront in myself. For example, one time I had a partner. He has so many friends that cares for him. He found his like-minded people, and their friends are the type of person that really cares about him. And at that time, I think it was one of my insecurities. I've always wanted friendships that cares so much about me or align so much with me like he had his friends back then, and it triggered my insecurities. And because I was so triggered by that fact, I didn't realize back then that it was actually me projecting my insecurities. I think seeing that the person that is closest to me having that kind of life that I've always wanted to have, it triggers me so much that I lash out onto him. I despise him for having the life that I've always wanted to have, for having the friends that I've always wanted to have. And another example, I also had a relationship with a person that is able to live freely, to move countries freely, and live in another country or cities freely. And he was the type of person that I think that is more financially stable, financially free than me at the time. And I think he lived the life that I've always wanted to live in a sense of freedom. I've always wanted to have such a free life like him. I've always wanted to be free and to just live wherever I want and just do the things that I wanted to do and gain money out of it. And the same coping mechanism repeats itself again. I despise him. I don't know why, but that loving relationship becomes such a fire in me. And that fire, instead of driving me forward, instead of making me driven, that fire burns me alive. I started to despise him again. It's the same scenario repeat itself again. I started to hate him so much, not realizing that the root of that hate is because I hate myself. I hate myself that I don't have the life that these people have, and I started to despise them. And I think what I am realizing right now, looking back to all of my relationship, whether it be romantic relationship, whether it be friendships, whether it be just like people that I think are the most intimate with me at that point, the most closest to me, that I feel the safest at every point in my past experiences in my life. What I'm realizing is that every single person that are the most intimate with me, that are the most close, that are the closest to me, are exactly my mirror. They are exactly who I was at that point in my life. If you really think about it, the people that are the closest to you, they are the closest to you. You feel the closest to them in your life, and they feel the closest to you. It's because you operate in the same way, basically. Okay, ask yourself, at that one point in your life, you feel like, oh my god, I finally found my perfect best friend. We feel like we are aligned with that person in our life. And it's also always different people in every point in our life, right? Maybe we thought that we found our best friend forever in middle school. And then our best friend forever changed again in high school. And then it changed again in uni. And it changed again when you start working in a new place. You always found people that are closest to you, that you feel the safest with, that you feel like you have the deepest connection in different points in your life. And it's always different people. It is because you operate in the same mindset, you operate the same way as these people in different points in your life. You operate with the same way of thinking, you operate in the same mindset at that point in your life. For example, if you and your closest ones, the way you bond are by gossiping, then they are your mirror in a sense that you operate in the same way of thinking, of maybe it rooted in your tendency to just complain, in your tendency of not working on yourself. And when you get together, you would rather to gossip, you would rather to complain, and you would rather to just hate this one person in your guys' life. It's your way of bonding with each other. It becomes the foundation of your relationship. And it goes the same way, maybe you and your closest one, the way you bond is by distracting yourself. The way you bond is by partying. The way you bond is by drinking alcohol, is by using substances. Then it becomes the identity of your relationship. You are the mirror of them, just like they become the mirror of you, because you actually operate in the same way. That's why you see themselves and you say that I actually see myself in you, and they see themselves in you. It's also the same with like people that likes to pity party themselves, that likes to just complain about their life, that is just so sad about their life, and their closest ones are also people that hate the world as much as they hate the world. And that is actually the application of that concept of birds of a feather flock together. You attract who you are. Like attracts like. It is the application of that concept. And this is also, I think, why people says that don't build a business with your friends. I think the root of why friendships, businesses usually don't last is because people sometimes does not realize what is the foundation of their relationship first. For example, if you want to build a business and then you see my closest friend. We are actually so alike. I would love to build a business and to have them as my partner. But first, you need to be able to evaluate what is the foundation of our relationship. What is the identity of our relationship first? Is it stems from we are alike because we like to complain about stuff, we like to gossip and have that lack mindset and would rather to care so much about other people's life than to grow ourselves? Is it because we like to pity party ourselves? Is it because we hate life so much? Then if the foundation of your relationship stems from this lack mindset and just like to complain things, maybe it is not going to be the most healthy business partnership then. It's another scenario if you can see that the foundation of your relationship with this person is actually based on we love to push each other to be our better selves. If the foundation of your relationship is to always brainstorm about new ideas and actually offer yourself to be the help of each other. If you need anything, call me. I want you to be better versions of yourself mindset. Then maybe you can create business with them. You want to evaluate the foundation of your relationship first. And I think if you have fear of missing out mindset, something is wrong with you. You need to be able to ask yourself, why am I so afraid of missing out? Why am I so afraid of not doing that the majority of my friend groups doing? It comes back again to that concept of, are you the sheep that always being led to a cage unconsciously by societal norm? All of your flock says that this is normal in our society and this is not normal in our society. Or are you the shepherd? Are you consciously choosing apart from your flock? Who are you? What are you going to do? What is your path? Which path you are meant to take instead of the path that the majority chooses for you, and you just following whichever path that is more crowded. If you can't be alone and process your thoughts alone and choose the path that you are meant to take alone, something is wrong with you. If you know an environment is eventually will not going to make you excel, and you know that and you realize that and you deliberately consciously choosing to stay, something is wrong with you. Why are you doing that to yourself? Ask yourself, is it just because convenience? Is it just because familiarity? Is it because you are too lazy to do the work yourself alone and find your path alone? Ask yourself, why are you so comfortable bathing in a pool of poison? Because it is colorful, it is beautiful, the pool feels warm to the touch, makes you feel high, but you didn't realize your body is rotting because you are bathing in a pool of poison. Birds of a feather flock together. If right now you think of the people around you that is in your life right now, and maybe you look back at your previous relationships or friendships that you had in your life. If you see a couple, if you see two best friends, if you see two partners, you would see that even though they have different traits, but they actually vibe in the same frequency. They actually match with each other. Sometimes it's so hard to pinpoint what kind of vibe, but you just don't know that they are a match to each other, even though they maybe fight with each other every day. But because they are still together, they're just like birds of a feather that flocks together. And you can feel it if they are still together right now, right? Because then if they are not together, then they're not aligning anymore. Birds of a feather flock together. You are a mirror to each other because you see yourself in them and they see themselves in you. That's the concept of you guys a mirror of each other in one point in your life. You attract each other because you are similar. So what I want you to do right now, right here at this moment, I want you to observe who are the people closest to you, who are your loved ones. We love them, right? But I want you to be objective right now. Who are them? Who are they like as a human being? What traits do I like about them? And what traits do I hate about them? And how it applies that they are a mirror of me. How it applies to the concept of we are birds of a feather flock together. I want you to observe. I want you now to see that everyone that is your closest ones, they are exactly your mirror. They are you and you are them. Then I want you to ask yourself, what is the foundation of our relationship? What is the identity of our relationship? If we are together, if we hang out together, what are the things that we do? What is our bonding time looks like? Is the identity of your relationship with this person is by gossiping about other people? And if you don't gossip, you don't have anything to talk about. Is the identity of your relationship is to hate life? Just think that life is so miserable together. Or are you realizing that when you are together, you actually feel refreshed in a sense that you always talk about new ideas, project ideas, new artwork ideas, new way of living life, and sharing lessons you've learned, and they are sharing lessons that they've learned. What kind of relationship do you have? What is the foundation and the identity of you guys' relationship? When you hang out, are you guys the crabs in the bucket that always pull each other to be in the bucket, or are you guys making it getting out of the bucket as your goal, as your life project? Next, if you're realizing that the relationship that you have with your closest one is more similar to that situation of the crab that always pull each other inside of the bucket, I want you to be able to be brave and to be powerful to pull yourself out of that situation. Evaluate the things that you hate about them, because again, the things that you hate about them, you have that too as well. The habits that you hate about themselves, you have that habits too. That's why you're a match at one point in your life. I'm not going to lie to you. It will feel lonely when you pull yourself out of that relationship that you know in the long run it's going to make you feel worse about yourself. It's going to lead you to the worst versions of yourself or stagnant versions of yourself instead of propelling you into being the better versions of yourself. And then after you evaluate the things that you want to leave behind, your habits, the things that you hate about yourself, then what kind of people that you want to be surrounded with, what kind of people that you want to have in your life, the traits you wanted to have, the mindset that you wanted to have, the kind of life that you wanted to have. And then after you know what kind of people that you want to be surrounded with, you want to have in your life, you want to be that kind of person first. If you are a lazy person and then you want to be surrounded with people that are action-oriented, that are a leader of their life and their community, that knows what they want, why would this kind of people wants to be surrounded by a lazy person like you? And for me, lazy is about numbing yourself. Lazy for me is about knowing what you should do but choosing not to do it. You choose distraction. Your life is just passing days after days after days. You don't know your life purpose is. You're just waiting until the day that you die. You're just passing days. When you know that there's probably better things that I should do, and I know that it is my calling, but I choose not to do it because it is more comfortable to live just day by day without destination, without a target, without doing something meaningful other than survival, other than just sleep, eat, and shower every day. That's lazy for me. If you want to find a business partner right now that you think will help you in terms of they know what they wanted to do, they are action oriented, they are disciplined, they know where they are going. If you are not the type of person like that, why would they want to partner with you? It also applies to that you attract who you are, not who you want. If you are right now lazy, if you are indecisive, if you don't know where you want to do in your life, you're still confused, you will attract that kind of people in your life as well. Why do you want to have a business partner right now when you are still out of alignment, when you are still confused about your life, when you are still not disciplined, when you are still lazy? And if you are still stubborn to want to have that business partner right now, you will attract a business partner that are a mirror of you. They also will be lazy. They also will be indecisive. They will also be confused in what they need to do in their life. Because why would an action-oriented person, active person, disciplined person, a leader type of person wants to be a business partner with you if you don't know who you are, what you want to do, and you are lazy? You then become a liability to them instead of an asset. Instead, if you focus on bettering yourself first, you will naturally attract like-minded people. That's why it's called you attract like-minded people. If your mind is lacking, you will attract like-minded people, which is lacking people. If you are empowered, if you are right now currently actively working on yourself, you will also going to attract people that are working on themselves always. If you're always growing, you will attract people that will always grow as well. It is also applies to life partners as well. If you want a masculine partner or a feminine partner, in this sense, like I'm talking that feminine and masculine is not like macho man or very tread wife material, you know. What I'm talking is like, I think for me, like masculine is about conquering, it's about expanding and about acquiring more. And I think feminine is more about the people. It's about the community. It's about the nurturing the people of your community. And it also applies to business partner as well, right? The masculine side of being a business partner is how to acquire more, how to sell more. And the feminine part of the business partner is how can I make my team wants to work with me? How can I make sure that they are doing their job, they respect our team, so they want to show up more in their work? I think in my mind, like masculine and feminine partnership is like that. And it also applies to life partners as well, right? But why would a feminine partner that is nurturing can move your team to respect the company more if you are not acquiring things? If you are lazy, if you are indecisive, you then become a liability to this feminine partner. And if you want a masculine partner, why would an action-oriented, disciplined, a partner that are able to acquire more wants to partner with you if you cannot do anything, if you don't know what to do with your team, like how to delegate to people? If your partner is focusing on the external relation of the company, you then want to be able to help the internal matter of the company, right? So yeah, long story short, be the kind of partner that you want to have right now first. Be the type of person that you want to be surrounded with right now first, because you want a partner that is an asset to you as much as they want you to be an asset for them. You don't want that relationship of they are your asset but you are a liability to them in your own way and they are in their own way. So yeah, that's all from me. Yeah, tell me what you think about this concept and grab my $1 vision board template. And if you feel stuck, I offer a 60-minute consultation call. The link will be also in the description below. And yeah, see you on the next one. Again, tell me what you think about it. Let's have a conversation, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you. I really hope you all the best. I love you so much.